This is a celery stalk. This is the sharp kitchen knife. This is a cutting board. We're going to learn how to chop or mince celery. Why? Because every now and then you're going to want to cook something for yourself, or you might want to cut some up, keep them in the fridge so you can eat it with a hummus or something, with ranch dressing or something as a snack, instead of all the junk you've been putting in your body. Let's learn how to chop celery. Okay, so the next step in chopping or mincing celery is you take it off the stalk and you wash it. This thing grows in soil, so it has soil on it. Look, it's dirty. You don't want to put this in your food. Inside and outside of the stalk is covered with soil. What you have to do is use cold water in the sink, rub it nice so that all that soil and all that dirt comes off before you start to chop it. This applies to almost every vegetable. If you're peeling a potato, once you peel it, you wash it. If you're going to eat the skin, you wash it even better. If you're going to use, let's say, some kind of a pepper, jalapeno or bell pepper, you need to wash it. Every vegetable that you get from the store needs to be washed first before you chop it. Why? It's a lot easier to wash something that's this big than to take a bunch of minced pieces of vegetable and try to wash them. You can get the soil off of this stock much easier than trying to wash it off afterwards. So always remember to wash your vegetables before you work with them. Okay, the way it works is you use a nice sharp knife. This is a very sharp blade. Always be careful with your hands. Like I taught you, always use your knuckles to guide the knife. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the ER. Don't chop your fingers, chop the vegetables. The way you chop a celery is you cut the two ends. The leaves are edible. You can use them if they're nice and light colored. Very dark ones are slightly bitter, okay? So for now, we're going to just put this aside. The way you chop or mince celery is you go all the way down the line so that you end up with a long strip. Okay, now this is a very wobbly item. So what you have to do is carefully put your hands here, okay, like this, and go down the stalk gently so you end up with two strips. If you're going to chop it, if the recipe calls for chopping, this is the width that you want it. If you want something to use as a means of dipping, you chop it into these pieces. This would be a good item to dip into hummus and eat it. One thing I got to tell you, never double dip. Don't double dip your items into your dip. Just take the amount you need and eat the whole thing. If people are double dipping, that means you cut this too long. In other words, they ended up with a piece that still needs more hummus or more ranch dressing. So cut them short enough so that they don't get tempted to go and double dip. All right? Okay. Now, let's say we want to do some chop. You basically need to cut these into small 1/4-inch pieces. This is chopped celery. If you want minced, you need to make these strips a little narrower. So what you do is go over them again a second time. If they're still fat, a third time. So you end up with very narrow strips. You see? The objective is to make these small enough so that when you cut them this way, they end up being minced small pieces. Look, this is still too fat. I'm going to cut it. This is still too fat. I'm going to cut it. Okay? Same thing with this one. I'm going to cut them lengthwise without cutting my own hand, Cut them lengthwise. They don't have to be perfect. You just need long pieces. Now what you're going to do is line them up, right? Line them up like this and cut them with your knuckles as your guard. Don't cut your fingers. Keep your knuckles against the knife. Very gently do a saw motion, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You see, what you end up with is tiny pieces of celery. Do this for the whole batch. Keep moving your knuckle backwards so you don't end up chopping your own finger. This is minced celery. Once you're done, if there are large pieces, what you could do is just give it a quick chop. Like if this piece is left behind, just chop it a little bit. If there are pieces that are too big for you, make them smaller. That's how you mince celery. Now, what happens with this celery? Usually, when you make sauce with something, let's say you're going to make tomato sauce, or you're going to make some kind of a soup, to flavor your food, you usually have 3 items that go in to the pan. Minced celery is one of them. The other one might be garlic. Another one might be onion. Another one might be a bell pepper. Any one of those items minced like this, added to some olive oil and sauteed till they're soft, make a base for your sauce or your soup. And that's how you mince celery.